Single Simulcast is about a lot of things. This podcast may make you laugh, cry, or pound your fists into your desk. If you hear something you like or something you don't, leave a voicemail at 916-572-9016 or email us at singlesimulcast@gmail.com.
1. Single Simulcast.
Y'all ready for this? So I guess yes I am.
Yeah.
It kind of blows your mind when you realize that they actually have singing in that song somewhere.
Oh my God, right?
Like at some point in that song, they actually stop and sing.
Also,
Yeah.
how sad is that person when every time that song comes on, they cut right before they start singing? Every time. It's like, oh, this is the song I was in. Mom, quick. This is the song on channel. Oh, okay, never mind, Mom. No, they cut the song off. I swear I'm in that song, Mom.
My song made it to my song made it to. I'm going on concert.
I don't have to be on stage until minute 9.
Yeah.
What's your job on the song? Let me hear it. Well, I really just point a t-shirt can.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I do. That's all I do.
In the background, you hear don't.
No, actually, that's What Is Love. But there is a girl who does nothing but that at the end of What Is Love.
You mean by Hathaway?
Yeah.
I've never heard that whole Hathaway song. Just what they did in the Will Ferrell
point
comedy.
Exactly. That's the exact same thing. It's a song that gets cut off traditionally before that part ever gets played. And so that poor girl, unless you listen to the album, which, come on, who's listening to the album? You have nothing. All you get is dun 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 dun, and then her part right there, nada, nothing at all.
I think the words to that song were, "Where are you going? Where have you been? Why won't you come back again, friend? I'm making up words because you won't listen."
The only part I remember
what is love?
I want to come.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm actually doing the moves that Will Ferrell did. Oh my God.
Yeah, when I did the song before, I was doing it too.
Your head just starts jerking to the left. You can't help it.
Yeah. But like, honestly, the only part I remember is why didn't you come? Because I was 17 when I first. Yeah, I was 17 when I first heard that song, I think, or maybe younger than that. And I just remember being like at dance parties and being like, "Why didn't you come?" And then later getting older and realizing that's not like a really cool thing to yell out loud.
No, not at all.
Like, I don't think anybody needs to know, but that's a very intimate conversation I need to have very quietly with all the windows closed.
Oh, God.
Why didn't you come? What is love?
Maybe that was actually him, like, just maybe his wedding night. Maybe he didn't come, and that's his girlfriend. Like, well, I guess his wife now. And be like, "Why didn't you come? Oh my God, what is love?" And he's just like, "Baby, don't hurt me," because she's trying to slap him into coming.
I was gonna say she was trying to grind it out and broke his dick, but that's neither. There.
I was drinking water. I'm sorry. I was not ready for that.
Neither was I, Jay. Neither was I. Oh, goodness gracious.
I don't think anyone's ever ready for that.
No, but it's so painful when it happens that you just kind of marvel at it for a second. Single Simulcast episode 315. Shanta's in the building. I'm here. And we're joined by Jay, the Supreme.
What up?
Voice machine. I don't know. We don't really have anything for Jay right now, but Jay is awesome. The writer, director, and producer of I Died Before It Was Cool. Jay.
I have so many hats on that. So I'm currently, let's run this down. Creator, sound director, casting, voice actor, director, writer, showrunner, producer, both executive and just production. And I mentioned sound design, right? That's every. Oh, and I guess like web server, coder. So there you go. The hats. I have all of them.
I just feel like if you walked into a job with a resume, like that'll be a 3-page resume, and they'd be like, "This is all the same job. It's all the same production. Who else was in this?" Well, it was a one-person show, but you got to understand, I worked really hard.
Do you know how many voices I had to do by myself? For one voice, I had to smoke cigarettes for 2 months straight.
I don't even like cigarettes. I mean, I do now, but back then.
Yeah, if you smoked them for 2 months straight, you love cigarettes.
Matter of fact, do you have a cigarette?
God, I could kill from... No, what? No, I don't smoke cigarettes.
Unless you got one.
Yeah, unless you're holding it and I'm drunk.
I love that. I love drunk cigarette smokers who then get all like hoity-toity about it when they're sober. Like, I'm a social smoker. I'm not like you.
Oh, how shitty. Because I used to do that. I mean, I used to smoke when I would drink, but I was never shitty. Like, oh, God.
Well, I didn't know this smoking was like the gravy to the mashed potatoes that was drinking.
Yeah.
I think it's just something else to do.
I don't understand. Well, for me, the nicotine keeps me from getting too drunk.
Mm.
Right. So nicotine doesn't make you pass out. Alcohol does. So you smoke so you can drink more. And then instead of passing out, you black out, which is worse. Actually, that might explain. Oh, my God. I just realized why I blacked out more in Korea. Holy fuck.
Wow, an epiphany live on Single Simulcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I just realized that at one point, most of my life in Korea, like I was a smoker. I like to think like, oh, I only smoke when I drink, but I drank all the time. So, and I smoked all the time. So, yeah, I smoked and drank my way through Korea. Hi, everyone. My name is Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Wow.
I have several problems. Give me a second. I have a list.
I have several problems, but I didn't expect to win. Oh my God, I didn't even make a list. Wait, let me see. Overeating. I'm good at that one. I know that one out the gate. I don't like to exercise, but I still have a gym membership.
Untrue. I exercise 3 times a week, sir.
I do not. I actually stopped when Nisha was my workout buddy. So when she stopped, I stopped, and I haven't been back, and I miss it. I mean, it's still enough of an addiction in me because that's really all exercising is. You do it for 21 days, you become addicted to the rush and the endorphins and the mighty morphins and all that kind of stuff. And I'm still coming down enough where I'm like, you know what? I miss going to the gym. I would love to go to the gym. I should go to the gym, and then I don't go to the gym. So I'm on the downside of the addiction part, where it's like I should smoke a cigarette, but I don't need to.
I feel like depending upon what you're used to, because like I actually am the opposite of that. I kind of hate when my girlfriend comes with me to the gym, or I guess my fiance, pardon. I kind of hate when my fiance comes with me to the gym, mainly because I'm used to working out by myself, and I kind of don't want to be accompanied. Though the best thing about Affy is that she just disappears and then shows back up after like about 45 minutes when I'm still going, and then just kind of sits there and stares at me while I'm working out. So I guess that's not so terrible. But yeah, I actually now that I think about it, I kind of love when she comes to the gym with me. So never mind.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Way to circle around.
I rescind my previous statement. I actually like when she comes to the gym with me. I have previously hated when exes have come to the gym with me, so she may be the first one I actually like at the gym with me.
Hence why she's your fiance.
Correct.
There we go. It's all working out.
Well, I'm roasting a chicken for her right now.
I'll pay yo.
Oh my God! Well, now that you guys are already engaged, I can't say like, "Oh, it's engagement chicken," because that's the thing,
Yeah, it's not
so
engagement.
By the way, those of y'all who listen to the Dream Team, Jay's engaged.
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing.
Because he was very, 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 very certain about making sure nobody on the Dream Team knew he was engaged. And we have people call in like, "Are you engaged? Is it a baby? Are you engaged with a baby?" And he was like, "I can't tell you." So yeah.
Yeah. Also, a baby. How irresponsible do you think I am? Like, how do I make it to 36?
That black
okay.
Godzilla?
How do I make it to 36? 0 children, and then suddenly I have one. Like, come on. like unplanned. I'm not
like you found the one though. I mean, you letting her go to the gym with you. You making chicken. Like it's a baby. It's like not that far fetched.
True.
It's a
I'll give you that.
baby. I mean, like all it takes is that one time where it's like, let's just no condom this time, and you're like, okay, and she's like, okay, and then boom, pow, wham, baby.
Leave it in.
Okay, so there's some science
Push
involved.
it out.
Team, leave it in.
There's some science involved that I'll say. So let's just say that's already happening, but with no effect because she has an IUD. Oh, I don't have to dance around it. I'll just say it. She has an IUD.
No,
So like I'm already having.
Snipped. Now I know. After I got snipped, I was just like.
So please stop calling it that. You're not a dog. Like you're like I got neutered, and it's like whoa.
It's pretty close.
No, it makes me think of Rick and Morty. Where are my testicles, Summer?
Exactly.
Once I got my vasectomy,
thank you.
I was like Vernon Maxwell. I was shooting every time I got my hands on the rock.
Oh my God.
And every time, nothing happened. Every time,
nothing.
Just blanks.
It was just I was shooting blanks. I was like a stunt double.
That is literally the best. I kind of honestly, no, this is wrong. I'm joking when I say this. I feel like I have to preclude this. My fiance does listen to the shows I do. I honestly at some point remember kind of wishing I were sterile. And that we would find out and be like, oh no, and then there's no kids. But I think that's just a little selfish me inside that wants that. I know I don't actually want that. So
yeah, I mean, if you want, you could be a godparent. It's like a useless job where I'm
an uncle.
Do anything, and then
I'm an uncle. I'm a distance uncle, so yeah, I'm the best.
Yeah, being an uncle and being a godfather are kind of the same thing.
Distance uncle. It doesn't count if you're in the same city.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to be a distance uncle. So, like, I'm far enough away from my sister and my niece that they really can't come visit often. But they do occasionally. So, like, she knows me, and I FaceTime with them, and I send videos and presents at the appropriate times. But, distance uncle. It's pretty much like being a godfather.
I have 2 godchildren. I saw one for the first time when I came up there for PodCon. And she's like 5 now. No, she's like 4, maybe 3. Okay, maybe she's 2. No, she can't be 2.
Wow.
She's gotta be like 4. She's 4. Yeah, she's 4 because she's in preschool. Probably 5 now. And then the other one, it's in name only. Dude, I'm an absentee godfather. I'm a great in the place father. But as far as being a godfather goes, it's like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck you want me to do with this kid? Like, hang out with him while you go to the movies? Like, being a godfather is like being a babysitter. Like, you only see the kid when something happens. If they die, you got to take care of the kid. That's what a godparent is supposed to do. You're all supposed to spiritually motivate them. I don't want to do either of those things. Like, if your kid dies and you have actual blood family, blood relatives, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and all that, I'm not just going to descend from the heavens and be like, I'm the godfather. Oh,
you mean if the parent dies? You said if the kid dies.
If the parent dies. If the kid dies, I'm off the hook.
This is messed up.
Well, it's true, though.
This is messed up. We are going down an unusual road.
And it's about to get even more messed up because there's no other, you know what, I'm just gonna have a silent pause for like 7 seconds to clear the air and the ambiance real quick of that last conversation. Just gonna spritz in here real quick, like after you destroy the bathroom and turn around and do one spray of perfume and expect that to work. Happy birthday to Jaybird. Rest in peace to Jaybird. Rest in peace to Kojak. It's been 1 year to the day. And happy birthday to Go-Go. Those are the three.
Happy birthday to Go-Go.
Definitely.
I feel like that's a message I can support.
Well, you know, Kojak and Jaybird.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, also to them. Fun fact, when you roast a chicken, you have to baste it.
Uh-oh.
Or put foil over the top of it and put it in a water pan.
Did it dry out?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
That's what I was going. That's what I went to go do, was baste it.
Oh, okay. You're just
Okay,
giving.
so
Okay, you're just giving us tips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have
just-
the water in it already, and now it's made like chicken broth, and you're just scooping the chicken broth over the top of it over and over again, and then you're putting the foil back over it, and you're putting it back into the oven.
No. So I'm doing a little bit more of a traditional roast. So instead of doing the foil, I'm actually roasting to get crispy skin. And so I'm actually using olive oil to continue coating it. I coated it initially, however, with butter. So hang in for that. We'll see how that works out. I feel like that's going to be like way, way too fatty. Personally. But recipe called for it.
It's okay. I mean, you're not cooking. You're not roasting this chicken this way all the time. So it's a treat. You know, treat yourself.
If you
Right,
really
I was
wanna
like-
roast, if you really want to roast a chicken, tell them that it's got a big head and tiny legs.
Oh, chicken, you dumb.
Your feathers don't even match.
You know what you are, chicken? A 20-piece McNugget. Oh!
You don't know your daddy. Oh!
I'm going to dip you in barbecue sauce in 6 months.
No, you ain't even good enough to be the pink slime. It's awful.
That is. We do terrible things to chickens. But my, are they delicious.
They are.
So good. So good.
That's their hearts.
They're delicious little hearts.
And gizzards.
No, wait. Now you're pushing it.
I love
I don't
this and
eat-
gizzards.
I don't eat gizzards. I
do.
was just throwing out a body part.
I eat gizzards and livers, though I prefer livers.
He's weird.
We've had this conversation before. It's like my favorite thing to get at these L's. I slide up in there. I get that low-key big old thing of livers. Livers.
Livers.
I combine.
Gizzards.
I combine. Yeah, we get
Okay.
those lizards, and there's like, we got you. It's a combined gizzard liver package, and then like I get that with like some mac and cheese and like a Coke Zero because I don't believe in sugar, and I have that as lunch. That's and then I go pass out because I can't really go back to work after eat like that.
I don't believe in sugar, but I'm gonna eat till I, have a sugar crash. Or
I mean, I believe
tryptophan
carbs.
crash.
I believe in carbs when they're fried lightly.
Wait. Did you say cars?
Carbs.
Carbs. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes, it does, because you can't really lightly fry a car. Everyone knows you have to deep fry those.
So, in like 1995, Tupac came out with an album called All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
Double disc. First album, first tape was greatness. Second tape, as with all double albums, could have been done without. The reason why I'm bringing up Tupac's album is because on the second tape was a song called I'd Rather Be Your Nigga. I'd rather be your Nigga so we can make love and smoke weed all day. He said some other words, but it's been a while. This next story is brought to you by Tupac and the letters Nigga. Because a Minnesota House candidate is running as an independent and released a campaign video in which he looks directly at the camera and declares, I want to be your N-word. Kyle Greene, who's running for Minnesota's House of Representatives seat in rural District 18A, said he created the campaign video in order to, quote, unify as a society. Greene identifies himself as African American and Cherokee Indian, so he's black and he got some Indian in him.
Goodness.
He will face what kind of Indian? Cherokee. He's literally clicking off every box. He will face off against incumbent Republican Dean Erdow, Democrat Justin Vold, and Libertarian candidate Jill Galvin. Quote, I'm not asking you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking you to vote for me as your public servant, Greene says in the video. I want to be your state representative. I want to be your public servant, and I want to be your nigger.
Wait,
Hard R?
Did he say, did he say nigger? Or did he say nigger?
I thought y'all were going to ask that question.
Jinx, you owe me a cola.
Now, while we are doing this, I just want to point out that if he is running for House representative, he wants to be their house nigga.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Hey, man, he's appealing to the right demographic. He was like, look, I know you racist motherfuckers vote, so holler at your boy. I'm independent, and I'm a nigger. That's right. I said it. You can say it, too. Just vote for me. Come on.
Yeah, you can say it, too. That's basically what this is.
Me.
Put this nigger in office.
This is awful. So, hard R or A?
Here we go. Hold on.
My heart.
Hold on.
It will not go on, despite what Celine Dion makes up.
Is that too loud or too quiet?
That's perfect. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shanta, what were you saying?
It sounded kind of loud.
Okay.
Just a
I
smidge.
apologize.
Okay.
Hi, I'm your neighbor Kyle Greene. I'm running for District 18A State Representative. I'm not asking for you to vote for me as your leader. I'm asking for you to vote for me as your public servant. The primary duty of a state representative is to protect all the rights of his constituents. I want to be your state representative, I want to be your public servant, and I want to be your nigger.
Oh
my God!
That's a hard R.
Oh my God!
I feel like I might be offended.
I'd rather be your nigger.
Oh my God! Like my whole body jumped. Like
I'd rather be your Nigger so we can go around and I can drive your car. You can sit in the back. I don't got a problem with that. Vote for me.
No, that's terrible.
No.
Like he's tripping. That's terrible. Like why?
Greene told the Star Tribune he used the racial slur to push people's focus onto the real issues at hand. Quote, we need to unify as society and we need to stop dealing with trivial matters, Greene said. The word is part of the American history, regardless of the race. It's part of my history of being African American, white, and Cherokee Indian. Nigger, what?
How did that happen?
And he's and
okay.
I don't. Okay, go ahead.
No, please. I think you're going to say what I'm going to say.
Well, I don't know. But one thing that I was thinking of is him calling himself Cherokee Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought Native people referred to themselves, as Native or Native American or
was
it?
As a member of the Cherokee Nation or as a Cherokee.
Yeah.
Yes.
End of sentence.
Cherokee Indian, like my nigga, no.
Hey, she called me it. Why don't you guys follow suit?
Like he's he's true.
So if he's a nigger, a Cherokee Indian, why is he not also white hunky, like part hunky or part cracker? Can we not get an insult for the white people as well?
Because he knows his constituency out there in rural Minnesota.
Yeah.
He knows what he's fucking with.
Oh my God, though.
He will build a wall around Minnesota right the fuck now.
Would they go? I just wonder if they would go for it though. Like
someone's gonna vote for him.
Well, yeah, somebody's gonna vote for him, but like, are enough people gonna go for it? Like, yes, I like what he's talking about. Like, yeah, he's my nigger. That's great. Like that kind of thing. Because the whole thing is like when white people like get like racism and stuff kind of like really in their face. Oh, it's just like no, hands off. No, not me. So I just wonder if they're gonna be like. No, I can't do this. I can't vote for this. Like they're gonna reject him almost, like in some trying not to be in like some misplaced, like them trying not to be racist or whatever. Like they're just gonna be like it's too close to home. They can't, press the button for him or whatever. Or,
I can just see him campaigning and playing Tupac's song in the background. I'd rather be your nigga.
Like, what scares me is, like, what if they do, like, embrace this, and then the entire state gets comfortable just, like, screaming nigger at black people, and it's like, no, it's cool. Greene said we could. It's like, yeah, what's up, niggers? And, like, what the, like, what if that's, what, like, that's, you can't, motherfucker, like, I
feel like they already do that in
this
Minnesota.
motherfucker and Kanye, yeah, probably.
They might. I mean, they might, and they not. I don't think they do that shit. No, they not doing that shit in like a large like.
They ain't doing it in Minneapolis.
No,
but at Lake Minnetonka, which are the only two places I know about.
Oh my god! Now you might as well just say like the Wrecka Stowe or something,
right? But like when they're out ice fishing, out in Fargo.
Wait, is Fargo in Minnesota? I thought that was in Dakota.
Don't fucking know.
Was in Wisconsin. I'm fucked up. It's cold. It don't matter.
But while they're out there, they're calling people nigger all the time. These nigger fish aren't biting. Like, everything that's bad is probably a nigger. And so he knew what he was dealing with. And
yeah, when you're in Brainerd, Minnesota, and you're
looking at a map.
Hell yeah, I am. When you're in Burnsville, you should have done this. Well, don't get mad at me because I have the foresight to know I don't think about Minnesota.
I have the simple power of California narcissism on my side.
Yeah, I'm from Alabama. We don't. None of you make any sense to us.
The capital of Minnesota is Kevin Garnett.
Wow, back to the geography lesson.
I also kind of love how all of their sports teams are just state. It's not never a city, just state. Just everyone in state. Just everyone come see these games.
Everybody come support the black people in Minneapolis. Just come in. Please vote for me. I'll be your house nigger. Like, literally, that's the part I can't get past. He's running for a house. Somebody had to have caught that before I did.
Nah. Hard. Well, I mean, maybe somebody caught it. Nobody that he's like running.
And you know what?
Running to vote for him or whatever. They didn't catch that shit.
You know what? It seems like a joke almost. I can't wait to see what his next commercial is like, honestly.
Like a Key and Peele skit.
Yeah. He looks like J.L. Calvin as it is.
That does almost sound like something I would expect as a Key and Peele skit. However, this like, what if it turns out this was just like a whole, I guess, like reality stunt?
Like an experiment or whatever.
You know, as later you see on Showtime, it was like, we weren't serious about that. But we got like 15,000 votes, like, and it just goes wrong, and then he ends up becoming a House representative. It's like, no, this was just a fake. Oh no, you now you represent Minnesotans. Congratulations. And it turns out to be the best representative they've ever had.
Oh my god, this is okay. So this is the plot to The Distinguished Gentleman.
100%.
I mean, but look, honestly, he's getting ahead of the game. You can't call him a nigger because he already called himself one. I am white. I am a fucking bum.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Oh my god.
E-Rabbits run his campaign.
Exactly.
Right. Look,
he's like, you know what? You need to 8 Mile this shit. Mom spaghetti. That's their thing before he goes out to every debate. They put their hands into the middle. 1, 2, 3. Mom spaghetti.
No way.
Spaghetti.
8 Mile!
No way. Oh, man.
And nobody had a problem with it. Like, this was done yesterday. You would have thought that by today he would have been getting lambasted, but nope. Everybody in Minnesota's like, I'm okay with this. Let's see where this goes next. And he's a farmer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? It's just a lot going on out there in rural Minnesota.
He identifies as African American, white, and Cherokee Indian, but in this newspaper out of Minnesota, it just says straight out he identifies as the N-word. And it starts.
Yes, that's exactly what it's just like. You know what? He said it. I can type it. I can say it. I can write it down. You know, I can whisper it. I can yell it from the top of my lungs.
Man.
It's just going to be niggers for everyone.
Vote for the nigger.
Like, oh my god, I can't. Wow. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And he put thought into that. Like, he had a weed carrier who was like, you know what, this works. Let's go with this. Let's run with this. It sounds like the dude from Atlanta who identified as a 38-year-old white male named Brad. This sounds like his progression.
Like this is his final form.
Mm-hmm. A popular tourist beach in northwest France has been closed because a sexually frustrated dolphin won't stop rubbing up against swimmers. The beach is the regular swimming space of Zafar the dolphin, who locals often see frolicking. School children sailing are often greeted by the dolphin. Lately, however, Zafar has had other things on his mind. According to the Telegraph, Zafar started rubbing up against swimmers, kayaks, and boats. Zafar has even made an effort to keep people in the water and is using his nose to push swimmers back from the shore. His change of behavior kicked in a few weeks ago. The mayor has issued a statement saying laws for swimming in the area have now changed accordingly. Quote, swimming and diving are banned on the village shoreline wherever the presence of the dolphin is confirmed, the mayor said. Approaching within 50 meters of the dolphin is also forbidden. Several swimmers were frightened. He even lifted up a woman swimmer last Thursday with his nose. I'm telling you, the next step is they're going to learn how to walk, and then we're all fucked.
This is actually this is scary. Like, this is like, ugh. This isn't okay. Like, nope. I wish that they could do something, like get the dolphin someplace else, let it hook up with somebody else, and then bring it back out to the ocean or something. Because, oh man, see, no, I'm not touching this anymore. It's just, this is fucked up.
Wait. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, I do want to say this, though. I told y'all a long time ago that Richie Incognito was a piece of shit. But none of y'all believed me when I said that the Dolphins as a whole were fucked up individuals. Now look, people. You let one go, they all start running rampant. That's what it is right now. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to see more dolphins on the around the beach. Just waiting. Wolf whistling. Calling out to people.
Yeah.
No.
Flicker is trying to get some. Wait, was it Flip? No, it was Flipper. Was it Flipper or Flicker?
Flipper.
Was it Flipper?
Flipper.
Horse.
Yes, yeah.
Ah, correct.
That was a book that I had in that suitcase. My first Flicker.
Oh, man.
That was a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, yeah. They don't call him anything after he. I guess they call him rapist now.
I would call him tuna, because if I saw a dolphin out there in the ocean, I'd kill the fuck out of it and then be like...
That's the wrong type of dolphin, though. Like, you want the other dolphin that's delicious.
I would kill an assaulting dolphin and be a hero. And
you mean like, okay.
Make dolphin steaks out of it.
Dang. Alert PETA.
Oh man, PETA got served over the weekend or this past week. Like the place where they put the sign up.
Yeah, for the lobsters.
The company went on Twitter and just roasted them for like a good long while. Y'all are on Twitter more than I am. Y'all already know, but it was greatness. Reading about how PETA has a shelter in which they kill a lot of animals, and then they posted up proof. And also, it was also great when they were roasting PETA, and the guy from Chicago was like, "Hey, I love how you're roasting PETA. You should come out here." And the company was like, "Give us the same money that y'all gave Zach LaVine, $78 million, and we'll come out there in a millisecond."
Mm-hmm.
And Zach Levine, after getting roasted, his only comeback was, I don't eat shellfish. I'm allergic to it.
Yeah.
Like, you're also allergic to defense, and that's when I died.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bull.
Savage. Like, bro.
Yes, I approved. It's like, oh, yeah, Twitter is savage. It's real out in those tweets.
And everybody's getting in on it now. Like, companies are like, I'm going to fuck this fuck up.
Oh, fucking, like, if you fuck around and say some shit because I said some shit about DiGiorno, making a joke, they fucking, like, responded to me. And I was like, okay, DiGiorno, I see your little game. I think it was, I just said, what emoji do you, what emoji do you use for eating DiGiorno? It's like, what emoji would I use for eating DiGiorno? What emoji is depressed and alone?
Oh.
And they responded like a little sad upside down face. And I was like, okay. I guess that's it.
So now we funkin' DiGiorno. Now there's more in them
I'm beefing with DiGiorno, which is ironic because they don't use beef in any of their products.
Oh, man.
Oh, DiGiorno don't want it. I got frozen food jokes for days.
I just feel like DiGiorno is the next step below Chuck E. Cheese.
No, because at least at Chuck E. Cheese, you can pretend like you love your children.
No, you can't.
I got jokes for days. Oh,
no, you can't. The reason why you can't act like you love your children at Chuck E. Cheese, because you don't get up from the table. Like, if your kids come over to you while you're at Chuck E. Cheese, you're like, I'm holding this table so nobody else gets it, and you literally sit there and read a book. It's like going to a playground you have to pay for.
wait.
Pretty much.
Why don't you just go to a playground then?
Because it's not Chuck E. Cheese.
And it's inside, and it's hot.
Right, exactly. Ain't nobody buying the pizza there. You get a soda. Everybody shares that soda. And they run around. And you're like, don't spend all that money. Don't spend all that money while you're hoping that they spend all that money.
Well, it's just an arcade then, basically.
It's a casino.
It's definitely a casino.
Arcades have video games. Chuck E. Cheese doesn't have, I think they have like 2 video games, and the rest of the stuff is like ticket dispensers.
Yep.
So it's a casino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese and John's Incredible Pizza are both casinos. I don't know about Dave and Buster's, but I feel like it's not because it's mostly a place for adults. But any place where it's primarily kids and they have like mascots and rats, bears or whatever, it's a casino for kids.
Never thought of it that way, but now that you say it, yeah.
Bro, I've seen so many kids go in there and just waste their money trying to hit a jackpot. Like on the same game over and over again, just hitting the button over and over again. It's a casino.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to because there would always be that kid who won a bike. And I always wanted to be like that kid who won a bike, you know? And just be like, guess what? I won a bike. And then wheel my bike out that I won playing like skee ball or whatever. Like, how dope would that be if you won a bike? Yeah, it's a total casino. That's a total casino.
Oh, man.
Because I suddenly want to play skee ball for a bike, and I'm an adult. Are you upset because you never won a bike?
No, I'm upset because doing that made me really think about how much I never got a lava lamp.
Oh no! You could just buy one for like $20,
bro. You know how mad I was when I realized that everything that you see in those arcades, those pizza places, really, every ticket is worth a penny.
Mm-hmm.
Once I realized that, it wasn't until I was an adult. But once I realized that, dude, every single time my kids stepped up to purchase something at those places with those tickets, I was like, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Look, how about this? How about this? We leave here right now and I give you $10. And you can buy whatever you want. $10. You could buy like 100 of that and like 25 of those. And, like, maybe one of those, because that's actually really expensive. Like, how'd you guys even get that in there? I want that. But, yeah, I hate Chuck E. Cheese. And I'm starting to hate John's Incredible Pizza. I'm just starting to hate places where it's like, you can lose a kid.
Yeah.
That's not funny, but it's funny.
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't want... No. Like, when I was younger, my parents would take us, take me and my brother to Chuck E. Cheese and shit. But fuck no. I don't... No, I don't want to do that shit. Not at all.
And when I say lose a kid, I'm not saying like, oh my God, where's Johnny? I mean, like, you say it's time to go and they fucking scatter and it takes you another 35 minutes to find their punk asses. That's what I mean when I say lose them. Or you're at a birthday party and it's your cousin's birthday party, so you're about to leave out and you get to the front door and you turn around to talk to your grandma, and as soon as you turn around, the kids scatter again.
I'm so happy I don't have children right now.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Any place where you got to get a stamp on your hand and on their hand to make sure they don't get kidnapped is not a good place to be at.
What? No. How does a stamp prevent kidnapping?
Because you have to show your stamp. Like, you have to verify the stamp before they'll let anybody out. And you have to get...
well, that's smart.
Okay,
that's
now that makes sense.
That's how Chuck E. Cheese does it out here.
But here's the question, though. Like, how many children got kidnapped before they were like, we should do stamps?
6. Including one who grew up to become Mortimer E. Cheese.
So if we had stamps at the Showbiz Pizza I went to as a child, I would have been kidnapped and I would have become the owner of Chuck E. Cheese. Now, as a person who bought out Showbiz Pizza, I'm using stamps to make sure no more children get pizza restaurants. What about the kidnappings? Also that.
Oh, man.
And it's like, bruh, when I was a kid, we didn't have any of that stuff because my parents wouldn't fucking take us to Chuck E. Cheese. Our birthday consisted of yellow cake with chocolate frosting that they made in a small ass pan that never seemed to rise. I didn't know cakes rose until I was an adult. Well, they didn't. They just were flat like brownies.
Shit, man. Like, does that mean there's not enough flour in it?
I don't know what my mom did, but they were just flat.
Is it egg or what?
So typically, if the cakes aren't rising, it could be a lot of things, but it's a baking powder, or it's like not enough baking powder, or too little.
So were your family making homemade cakes?
No, it was Duncan Hines.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why a box cake wouldn't rise.
Oh, that's just incompetence, I guess.
Speaking of incompetence.
Sorry, I'm not trying to say your mom is incompetent at making a cake.
No,
but...
her and her cooking didn't get to really know each other until after I was well in college. 2 suspects were arrested on Sunday in connection to an ice cream truck drug bust in Long Beach that recovered methamphetamine and marijuana. George Williams and Monty Ware, who are 57 and 41, were arrested near the 3200 block of Artesia Boulevard on suspicion of possession for sale. If you're wondering, by the way, what made it look suspicious, because, you would think driving an ice cream truck through Los Angeles, you just blend in and you could just sell your drugs like, hey, let me get a double up. Okay, that's a secret code. Here, nah, nigga. They got an ice cream truck. Written on the ice cream truck on one side, and this is all in big-ass red letters, by the way. On one corner, it says, Gloves Gang Bodyguard. On another corner, it says, One Stop Supreme. On another corner, it says, 400! On the bottom door, it says 400 again. Then it's got their telephone number so you can contact them. They have the menu of ice cream and stuff on the far left side towards the bumper. And then right in the middle, they have a big glass case with zigzags and vapors and something that simply says 400. That's probably the meth.
Oh, my God.
Like, why would you ride around in an ice cream truck like that?
I feel like they also are playing the Ice Cream Man by Master P over the loudspeaker. It's like, it's the ice cream, man. And like cops are driving by like, oh, I remember that song. Wait a minute.
You know what? I would almost go with that if it wasn't for the big ass 400. I feel like they're just playing YG's Who Do You Love over and over again. 400!
Oh my God. I feel like that's like something out of like Grand Theft Auto. I would expect to like go do a mission for him.
Yeah, that's the last part. They're on rims. They're sitting on those grown things on an ice cream truck.
Wait, they don't have wheels?
Not anymore. If you want to get down with me, then you best really know what's good. I don't know all of the words, and I don't think that I should. It's the ice cream man. It's the ice cream man. Capital of Louisiana is New Orleans.
I remember that song because didn't Mia X sing the hook to that?
I don't know.
Probably.
I think it was Mia X, and like that was like the first time I had heard Mia X sing, and I was like, "Oh shit, Mia X can sing," which is surprising because I guess I should have known that because apparently she had sang before that. But that was like when she first, like I guess, became popular was when she sang the hook to Ice Cream Man. At least in the South, I don't know what y'all were fucking with at the time.
I don't know. Wasn't fucking with No Limit.
I wasn't either. I was very, very against. I was pretty much against like that whole aesthetic. Like, you know, it would be in the Source magazine, like the different, you know, diamond encrusted words and everything. I'm like, this shit is a mess. This is a mess. I can't deal with this.
I do want to admit that for a long time, my picture on Twitter was one of those album covers of a guy forcibly slam dunking a woman through a basketball hoop. And I think it was Top Dog, and the name of the album was Slam Dunkin' Hoes.
That's awful.
It was just.
Oh my God, I don't want to laugh at that.
It was the
That's
worst.
terrible. Why would you have
terrible.
that as your? Why is that your profile picture? Did you just want people to know you were going to slam dunk some hoes?
Like, see, this is, you know what this is? This is like when people get on Twitter and they say like, oh my God, 2008, it was such a crazy time. Or 2009, it was such a crazy time, you know, on Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's what they're, like, this shit like this.
Not just that, but also like just that time period was kind of crazy. Like if you watch a movie from 2006, that shit is cringeworthy now. You're like, oh God, like did we laugh at that in 2006?
Mm-hmm.
It's harsh now. Like it's kind of what? Why did you show me this?
See, no.
This is not the actions of a man. This is not the actions of a man who's repentant
at all.
Jesus. Or whatever there is out there for you. Pick a deity. Start praying.
It was just horrible on so many different levels.
I thought it was like a cartoon, and then when you showed it to me, it was live action. I was like, "What the fuck?"
No,
Like,
I totally thought it was live. I definitely thought it was worse. Like, I definitely thought there was more force as far as her going through the hoop, and boy, it just really looks like he's dipping her into the hoop, like, you know, he's dipping chicken or something into something, like he's dipping her through the hoop. It's still bad.
It looks playful to me. Like he's just like, yeah, he's just like ranch dressing. Also, that's a terrible Photoshop.
I just want to point out the fact that it's dark everywhere but behind the backboard.
Oh yeah. No, I think that's a reflection of what's behind him because it looks like I don't think there's like power lines behind that backboard, are there? Because where did the buildings go?
You know what? He's just holding her upside down, and like you said, it's Photoshop and
horribly.
So,
yeah. Also, I also like the flourish on his leg. He's got like one leg kicked out. But one foot is clearly planted on the floor.
I'm not jumping too high for this picture, y'all. Y'all gonna have to do something. You know what? I'm done.
He's like, I'm not jumping for a picture, motherfucker. Like, no, you don't. It's just like, can you hop? Nah, nigga. Oh wait, how about this? I'm gonna pick up a leg. And this is then do that shit. What you do with the computer, nigga? I'm not clickety clack. And this is what we have now. Also, did they blur her face out, or did you do that?
No, I didn't do anything.
her face is like blurred, right?
Yes, it does.
Maybe she did that. She was like, "No, you can't use my face, but use my ass. You can totally use my ass." That should be kept forever.
So, the Love You to Live camp on its face seems like many other summer overnight camps. It's designed to help Baltimore students who are in difficult situations and circumstances or have already been through the juvenile justice system. And the focus of the camp is to help students develop, connect to peers and role models who can support them, and potentially become leaders in their own right. However, there's a twist to this camp. The students don't find out until the end of the camp that their camp counselors all work in law enforcement.
Yeah. I just want to be the first person to say this. Fuck the police. Thank you, and have a good night, America.
That was our TED Talk, ladies and gentlemen. The experience is supposed to build trust amongst the students, many of whom don't trust the police or many adults in general, and law enforcement. So this is supposed to build up trust between folks who don't trust the police and the police, but you don't tell them until the last day that you're cops.
We could be anyone. We could be a camp counselor. We could be your best friend. We could be anywhere, anytime. You better motherfucking mind your goddamn P's and Q's, nigga. I mean, children.
This is awful.
Hey, didn't you arrest me? No. I'm only here to arrest a good time.
Oh, man. This is bad. Oh, I mean,
God.
I concur with what Jay said as far as fuck the police, because this is not okay. This is some bullshit.
Like, the worst part is that, like, 3 of those children got arrested after this camp was... No, I'm joking. That didn't happen.
Look, they said that these are kids who have already been through the juvenile justice system.
You know, that's a fucking narc. That's just how a cop thinks, though. Mm-hmm. Like, instead of just being like, yo, I'm a cop, let's be straight, let's be honest with each other and have an open and honest dialogue, they have to go for, I'm going to trick you.
Mm-hmm. You like us now, right? Well, guess what? We're cops.
And liking us is illegal. You're going to jail. What?
Do you feel better about us now? Huh? Hey,
no.
Hey, I'm here to get some straight talk from you children about how you felt about Freddie Gray. He was out of line, right?
Oh, no.
Come on, y'all can speak honestly with me. He was out of line, am I right? Fuck it, they're not falling for it. Send in the paddy wagon. Send the paddy wagon.
Oh, man. Yeah, but no.
So the best way to get kids to trust police is to lie to the kids for a week. Hey, what's your job? When you're not here, what do you do? Because I know Devin has asked his counselors that. What school do you go to? What do you do? I sell drugs in the community. Black Dynamite.
No, this is terrible. I mean, just like, man, this is just as bad as like you get people who got their, who make their kids hug the police, or just basically just cop propaganda. That's what this is. It's like trying to get these kids to be on the side of police, but you wouldn't have to, like, this is the thing. You wouldn't have to do these deceptive tactics if you weren't shady. Like, if you were on the up and up, you could just, like you said, be up front and just be like, look, here, we're the police, and, we're here to foster a better community and all this different kind of stuff. But no, you're going to be shady because you're shady. That's why it's fuck you.
Also, if you come out and say we're the police, you should also say, and we brought along the police. And then Sting better bring his happy ass out there and sing every step you take. And Puffy better dance his ass across the stage. Like, this had better have been the best camp ever. Because otherwise, all these kids are going to remember is you were cops. And the next time you try and run this camp next summer is going to fail horribly.
Oh, yeah. Like, that is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to go to that unless they change the name of it? But even then, like, it is running a sting operation for young people every fucking year.
You get that?
Yeah, it's just the same shady shit. It's just over and over again because they're shady.
You get the picture of that kid right there. You get the picture? Okay, cool. They look
What?
suspicious.
Hey, how come you guys don't trust us? Huh?
You get the picture of that kid? They got double servings at lunch. We told them to wait for everybody to go through, and they didn't wait. Get their picture. Did you get their picture? Okay, good. That nigger's going down.
I like that you pretend like they take pictures for evidence. They would just beat the fuck out of that little kid. Come on. This is America.
Cops,
They don't need evidence.
I know all they got is pictures.
Are they all just amateur photographers? What?
They just take a gang of pictures like, oh, that the jewelry you're wearing is like affiliated with this gang, and the shirt you're wearing, the colors you're wearing is affiliated with this gang, and we got a picture of you back then in this gang, and task force take your picture, and then it stays in a file.
I just realized the cops in California are really different than the cops that I know.
If you know cops, Jay, you're part of the problem.
Well, when I say no, I mean the ones who have harassed the fuck out of me most of my life. That's that I know them. I know their names. So I fucking hate them. I still remember their names. Like in some cases, their badge numbers if I really hated them. But yeah, fuck every last one of them.
It was all good.
Thankfully, I told most of them that to their face.
It was all good when all we had to deal with was horny dolphins on this show. Now it's like cops just hiding in the bushes like, hey, let me give you the straight talk on what's going on in society.
You know what? I'll see your horny dolphins and I'll raise you one more.
That's what the dolphin said.
Haha! Actually, give me a second on that one, but I think I have something for you that might top your horny dolphin problem.
Okay, we'll be right back. This Single Simulcast.
You're listening to Single Simulcast with Rashanii and my mom, Shanta Fabulous.
Hi, I'm Fallon of FallonKitty.com, a critic and creator, and you're listening to Single Simulcast.
This is Jarman, a.k.a. Shantae's brother. You listen to Single Simulcast. Favorite podcast. I like listening to it. Hopefully you like listening to it. Enjoy.
What's up? This is your girl, Diamond Styles.
And I'm Mia Mix.
And I'm Zahir.
And we are
Marsha's Play.
And you are listening to Single Simulcast.
My name is Nikki Blue, and I am the resiest red kid you will ever find. Egwamina kakio ne yawiakta tawa to Single Simulcast.
That was simply sensational. Single Simulcast shall surely surface speedily. Bitches.
Single Simulcast and the Dream Team lost a dear friend yesterday. Kojak Sanders passed away yesterday. He had been battling with an illness for a very long time, and yesterday, it's not like it conquered him. It's not like it beat him. He just was ready for his next trip. And the thing about Kojak that a lot of people didn't know about him was that he was such a fighter. I can say that 9 times out of 10, when I was speaking to him, he was either on his way to the doctor's office, on his way back to the doctor's office, or at the doctor's office. You can never tell that by listening to him on shows. He was constantly calling in and leaving voicemails. He was constantly just leaving tweets and posts and Facebook messages and thoughts about what he thought about shows. And he was always just in the highest of, he was always up. He never let anything bring him down. He was always just Kojak. You know, everything that he did, he lived his life. And I was telling his friend Eric this. He lived his life like it was a Kojak production. Like he always wanted people to see the best side of things. He always wanted people to smile and shine with him. And that was such a beautiful thing. He was such a beautiful person. I'm going to miss him. And I know Jay is going to miss him. And I know Scar is going to miss him. And to the people who listen to the shows who interacted with him, I know that they're going to miss him. And I don't want to sound like down about this because, honestly, he wouldn't want us to sound down or defeated or depressed or anything like that. He would want us to talk about his scrub-ass Broncos. He would want us to talk about the lovely times he's having at church or what fuckery he's seeing going on at his church because he was always there too. I'm just thankful that I had an opportunity to know him, to interact with him, to talk with him. He really did give me the opportunity to learn how to be a better person. And that's why I can say without hyperbole, without hesitation, that I love that man. I loved him. A while back, a long while back, I put out a post talking about how podcast fans were fickle. That was, I think, my first or second year of podcasting when I expected the world, but didn't want to give a country. Here we are, 8 years later, and we are I am mourning the loss of somebody that I never met personally. Somebody I only knew through podcasting and through Facebook and through Twitter. And it's insane how much he affected my life. It's insane how much listeners affect your life. And I think that it was Rod who first really at that time, it was like, why the hell is this nigga getting on me? But he really laid it out like, yo, your listeners, whether you know it or not right now, are going to become your lifeblood. And they are going to be the people who lift you up when you don't think you could take another step. They're going to be the people who walk with you through your darkest times. The world lost one of the world lost a excellent soul. Having gained him, but the world lost him. And I selfishly can say that for just a few more days, just a few more moments, I would give a lot. I just want to say that we're in talks with his family as far as because people were asking, in talks with his family about getting a memorial or setting up a GoFundMe for a memorial or something of that nature. But as this just happened yesterday, his sister is still coping with her loss and also trying to pull things together on her side as well. So as soon as we have information about how to donate to a memorial or even donate to help her out, we'll definitely let you know. Jay, did you? I know that tomorrow we're going to be talking more. I'm sure we will. But anything that you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was just going to add, with excuse me, like with Kojak, like with the thing that I guess I take away from it is, as human beings, we have the ability to influence each other, and the fact that he was able to influence people to have changes in their lives is how his legacy lives on. And so as we continue to go in paths that are different because we met him, as us continuing his legacy, and that's something I think that a lot of people are going to do because of him. And that's just, it's sad that he's passed, but that's the thing that he's left behind, and I think that's the enduring impression of who he was.
The 31st, August 31st was important for two reasons. Initially, it was my daughter's birthday, and it was also Jay Bird's birthday. Who, Rod, I know he was on your show and you were on his show, Casual Conversation. Yeah. Quite a few times. And Jay, I know he interacted with you a lot as well. And it's funny.
Well, I was on his show.
It's funny that the day he was born was the day that Kojak passed. And it just goes to show that we're getting to the point now where people that you may never meet are going to touch your spirit so much, are just going to affect your heart so much that you just can't truly think of a place without them. As the world continues to go the way that it's going right now, we are getting to a place where from 3,000 miles away, somebody's going to lift your spirits or somebody's going to walk with you. So I say all that to say this. Back in the day, we used to laugh when you would say you love somebody you had never met. Oh, dude, you're in love with their voice. There's absolutely nothing at this juncture. I can say there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying that you love somebody that you've only interacted with through conversations, whether it was telephone or social media, because that's the way that the world is. That's the direction that the world is pointing us in now. Kojak, you were loved. You'll be missed. And Jay Bird, just want to say again, happy birthday to you. And just a quick moment of silence for Kojak. Single Simulcast, episode 315. Shanta, I noticed that you are doing a lot of calligraphy, which is dope. How did I know that you do tarot? Have you always been interested in calligraphy? Is this just like something new that you picked up, or what's going on?
It's actually something new. Now, it's something that I've seen other people do. This one woman, Brittany, she's XO Brit Deer, I think. Like she does like web stuff and everything, but she also does like bullet journals or like planners and stuff. And so she does calligraphy with the journals and stuff. And so she started out with Crayola markers. And so I was like, oh, cool. You can just do it with Crayola markers. So I've been like printing off sheets and practicing with Crayola markers. And then there's stuff like there's brush pens and there's all kinds of shit that you can do to kind of practice with calligraphy. It's like a huge, huge thing as far as like lettering and people like drawing their own fonts and all kinds of shit. And so I've just been practicing lately and trying to get good so I can write profanity on the internet, because that's basically what I've been doing.
I have seen a few of your works. I thought that they were wonderful.
Thanks.
Cocksucker was it was a inspired choice.
I really went for it. Like I saw like the whole thing was going back and forth or whatever, because I had wrote something out and it was very sweet. I wrote the thing that I wrote and posted, it was just like, I love you, you are blessed. It was very sweet, as far as like what I posted on Facebook. And then later on, here comes my brother saying, where's the profanity? Because earlier, when I first showed that I was doing this, I started with a curse word. I started with fuck. And so then it was just like, oh, okay, he wants the profanity. So it was just like, okay, I'm going to post the profanity. And the first word that came to my mind was cocksucker. And it was just like, oh, wow, we are like going all the way past any other kind of curse word. And we are going into like DEFCON really bad as far as curse words are concerned. Because I don't know if it's 1 or 5. I get confused, but it's just whichever one is bad, that's where we're going. And it's just like, so I'm thinking about how my mother-in-law is on my Facebook, and it's just like, okay, am I going to post this like as its own kind of status so anybody and everybody will be able to see it, or am I going to put it in the comments where unless somebody like really is committed to seeing what else is being said, they're going to see it. So I decided to put it in the comments, but still it was just like cocksucker. Like, I'm for real about this profanity shit and this calligraphy.
I just want to see what you start selling on Etsy. That's it. Hey, you guys see the new cocksucker shirt? Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh, you walked into that. Sorry.
No, we're good. I'm all about cocksucker shirts.
No, we were talking about, I've started trying to do like calligraphy.
Oh, dope.
And so, thanks. And so, but I'm like, I want to do calligraphy so I can write profanity in a really, with a flourish. So
right. You want to like make it a very elegant, go fuck yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I
like,
get that.
Suck my dick with some loops, you know.
No, that's awesome.
So, did y'all hear about Brad getting fired by Michael Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
I just feel so badly for Brad. Like, I feel like he was in the bathroom and heard Michael Jackson singing to him. For those of y'all who don't know, when Michael Jackson was practicing for a concert, he was practicing I Just Can't Stop Loving You, which is a great song. And apparently the music director, whose name was Brad, was supposed to end the song, but didn't end it in time. And conversation came about mostly because folks were talking about how Lauryn Hill is a diva and Aretha Franklin is a diva, but Michael Jackson is the first person I've ever heard fire somebody while singing, and it made me happy because it's something that I would have pulled off.
Yeah.
I don't remember a song about Brad. What are you gonna do? I'm intrigued.
Job gone.
I thought I knew.
Gone.
I honestly thought I knew every Michael Jackson song. I consider myself a bit of a completist. And this new song has me so intrigued. I want to hear more about Brad and what he's going to do.
Yeah,
I feel like he was like, Brad, you got to go home, eat some mac and cheese, and cry the mac and cheese.
Brad, are you okay? Said, Brad, are you okay? Right there, job gone.
I just I feel like I talked about this before, but this reminds me of the Beyonce "Somebody's Getting Fired" thing. But that might have been in concert with Beyonce. Like when this was in practice. Like she was just like, lights, somebody's getting fired, and she's like doing the dance choreography and everything.
Really?
Like somebody got like there's a video where she is like doing it looks like it's a concert of some sort, and she's doing her choreography. She's not missing a step. And she yells lights, like somebody probably was supposed to do something with them, and then it was just somebody's getting fired. And they both Virgos, so there you go. Michael Jackson and Beyonce. They don't play about their shit.
Like, you just walk out at that point, or do you just stay for a concert before you get fired?
Hold on.
I mean, it's still going to be a pretty good concert, but you're going to get fired.
God dang. Somebody's getting fired. Like, I have so much respect for folks who do stuff like that. I don't know why. I want to fire somebody like that.
Mm.
Somebody's getting punished. Like, Blue 32, you're grounded. Height, you know.
I feel like if you can sing, though, like you probably do a lot of things singing that we would do normally because we can't sing. Right? Like, just I sing like stuff I can't sing, but like I feel like if I could do that in public and I could sing well, I would just sing shit all the time. Like why would I not? Like go to job interviews and be like, hello, and just shake hands. I would just bust in the song, make my whole life a musical.
Oh my God!
Fucking do everything while singing.
Here is my resume.
We've asked Jay to say a few words about the passing of John. This is sad. Just do that. Let's see what happens.
Dear John, by the time I got to work, you were gone.
I love that there was an entire show based upon that song.
There was. There was. It came out in like the early 80s. So low. I would fire people like that. I'd be like, come on in, sit down. Yeah, you good? How are you? You okay? Yeah, okay. Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Mm-hmm. Are you okay, Annie? You've been struck by unemployment.
That's messed up.
As you're looking through the want ads.
No.
You may notice your own position because we haven't even filled it. You're so bad that we're going to take a chance now. Tell me, are you okay? Are you okay? No, you're not. You suck. You've been hit by unemployment.
No.
I'm dancing too, just in case you can't see it, but I am really dancing to that.
Choreography.
Always going to the bathroom. It's not your bathroom. You share it with us. Huh. You stay locked in the bathroom. What you doing? Watching TV channels. We heard it through the door now. Watching DuckTales. You're 35. Huh. Get the fuck out of my office. Yeah, you're fired, and you know it. You was watching pornos. You was watching.
Boxes are in the hallway. Boxes are in the hallway. Put y'all shit in a box. Boxes are in the hallway. Boxes are in the hallway. Put your shit in a box. Walk out now. Walk out now. You've been fired.
Nah. Here we go. Boxes in the hallway. Pack up all your shit. Here comes security. Boxes in the hallway. Pack up all your shit. We're gonna need your badge now. Boxes in the hallway. Pack up all your shit. Here comes security. Please don't come back. We will send you a reference letter.
No, they won't.
Mm-mm.
They won't give you a reference letter.
No. Yeah. It's like, you won't get a severance package.
You made the choice to work at a place with no union, baby.
This is messed up.
Yeah, but it's all very accurate.
And just to fuck with you, we waited to fire you. We could have fired you Monday, but now it's Friday. You worked the whole week. Get the fuck out. I think what would be worse? Getting fired on a Monday, getting fired on a Friday, or getting fired on a Wednesday? I feel like getting fired on a Wednesday would be the worst.
See, I think, well, I guess it depends. Because if you hate it, you might feel good on a Wednesday. Because it's just a reprieve from the rest of the week.
If you hate it, you just feel good as soon as you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
I've had that job, and trust me, it felt great when I got fired. I was like, oh my God, thank you. I need a reason to leave.
I was like, so I'm fired now? I can say whatever I want? Huh. You know what? Honestly, no, I wasn't even fired when that happened. I had found a new job, and I made sure that they gave me an exit interview so I could tell them exactly what I was thinking. And my boss didn't even come to the exit interview. It was her boss and her boss's boss sitting there listening to me talk about how I was the only black person in the division and how they made sure that they didn't hire black folks and how that was very suspect, but I wasn't going to say anything. And no, don't worry, because I won't be back here until I'm a high enough manager to fire my old boss. What are you going to do? I have a new job. You can't fire me. Peace out. I also put on my computer, when I found out I had a new job, I put on my computer, my ETA to shake the spot is 3 days. And I immediately stopped working.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah. Can you run this paperwork? No. No, I can't. Why don't you do it, Shelby?
Actually, I can run this paperwork. Now, you should ask me, will I run that paperwork? Oh, will you run this paperwork for me? No.
Interesting question right there. Let me tell you something about why you can go fuck yourself, Bob. So, remember when I had my lunch and you ate my lunch because you thought it was your lunch? Yeah, go fuck yourself, Bob. At one place where I got a new job, I took the files that were very important to my job at that time, and I put them into the bottom drawer of my desk, and then I locked the drawer shut. And right before I closed the drawer, so then it would click shut and lock, I dropped the keys into the drawer too and closed it and left. And that was greatness.
Yeah, like I don't want to tell that story. I'm not going to tell that story. Let's just say I've done some stuff at previous jobs. I'm trying to think what's far enough back that I can tell.
Not much.
Well, okay, so one thing is, like, I was like 19. No, I'm not going to tell that. I'll tell you something that happens at my job now. So here's the thing. There's something that happens at my job now that is a small thing that happens that drives me crazy. And I've never told anyone this. And when you hear this should give you a level of how, I guess, insane I am. So to set up, we have a lunch delivery system where you can order lunch from different restaurants around the city. They bring it all together and they leave it like in a bag, like a little heat bag. You know, like Domino's used to have like the hot pizza bag, whatever. Mm-hmm. So like everyone's lunch is kind of stacked into a bag that is sealed to keep everyone's heat in. So like the first person who gets their lunch will come, open the bag, you know, let out all said heat. And instead of like getting their lunch and sealing the bag back up, just leave the bag open.
Oh yeah.
And like
dickhead move.
And like every fucking time it happens, and like I'll walk up, you know, like, hey, I can't fucking run across the office to go get my lunch. Like every time I get a text message saying my lunch is here, sometimes like I don't get over there for like 10, 15 minutes, and my shit's cold. And it's like it shouldn't be cold. Like what the fuck? And it's just we just left the bag open. And I am at the point where like I have literally like I have crafted several messages about this to go off as wide to everyone. And like one of them's just sitting in my draft folder. Like when it has become too much, I'm gonna hit send on it. But it is long and it is scathing. And it's all because of lunch bags being left open.
Yeah, let me just urge you to just delete that. Trust me.
Nope. I'm about to get fired on this shit.
Oh my God.
Everybody out.
If tomorrow never comes.
Like this
also,
is it.
You'll be happy to know that I hit shift delete on every file on the server. Peace!
Yeah, I'm going to add a friend.
I know you have backups. I know you do. But it's going to be a hell and a half to get them back. Ha ha!
And your confidant, I'm going to say, nigga, no.
No, I would never quit like that. I'm not going to burn a bridge that heavily and also maybe risk getting hit for a misdemeanor. You know, I was going to say, I think you can actually hit for a misdemeanor. That's low-key vandalism.
Mm-hmm. So,
I would never do that. But, I mean, if I were really trying to go out.
I have a letter to read to y'all real quick. Dear friends, it comes with great sadness that I am announcing the cancellation of our wedding. I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand. Unfortunately, my fiancé and I have broken up due to some recent and irreparable problems. We decided to end our relationship and not go forth with any future proceedings. However, we are remaining civil and are still a team for our son. After hours of tears, mental exhaustion, and even disassociation, I have come to this decision. In 1 hour after posting this status, I am going to delete my Facebook. Social media has caused me only paranoia and toxicity. I'll be spending these next 2 months backpacking in South America, exploring my soul and ridding myself of toxic energy brought on by my friends and family, the ones who I thought I could trust the most. Hence, I'll be out of the country for all of October and November. Please don't contact me. When I'm ready, I may make a new Facebook and add friends and family who haven't fucking stabbed me in the back.
Oh.
How did all of this come crashing down? Well, I invite you all on Facebook, and since they said all, that means us, motherfuckers. Players.
All 2.5 billion of us.
Players. Bystanders. Side chicks. Wait, no, sorry. Players. Bystanders and side characters are people in my life. To take a seat and listen. You're all involved somehow. Somehow everyone is wrapped into this mess. Even if you weren't invited to my wedding, I don't care. You might hear of the drama, and I'd rather you hear it from me. I'm not asking for sympathy. I just want to tell my story. Before I begin this mini novel, I invite all of you, including the cunts who have ruined my marriage and life, to put yourselves in my shoes. For once, let me take the stage and let me voice the most painful few months of my life. First, things were a fairy tale. I met the love of my life at 14. We were both young, but somehow we just knew we were meant to be. That's a Taylor Swift song. We worked on my family's farm together, and with each warm summer spent in the fields, our love grew deeper and deeper. Fast forward to high school. We went strong all 4 years. He put a ring on my finger when I was 18, worth nearly $5,000. We put everything on the line for each other. Everything. We both chose to attend the same community college and work full-time in order to build our dreams. We spent most of our days by each other's side. I will always be grateful for that. Fast forward a few years and I was 20. I realized I was pregnant with my first. We were related, thankful to God for this gift. After giving birth, I knew the next step would be to focus on my career and become financially stable. My ex did the same. We saved and saved. I was in love, I was happy, and I was looking forward to life. We continued working and even got our degrees. It was hard, yes, but so blissfully worth it. We managed to save up nearly $15,000 for a wedding. Since our love was like a fairy tale, we wanted an extravagant blowout wedding, one where our son could be included. We started touring venues and were torn between two. A local psychic told us to go with the more expensive option, and we thought, why the hell not? We just needed a little push. Our dream wedding amounted to $60,000.
Yeah.
All included with flights to Aruba. All we asked was for a little help from our friends and family to make it happen. I specifically asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? We'd sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for around $1,500.
Wow. Wow, bitch.
We talked to a few people who even promised us more to make our dream come true.
Okay.
My maid of honor, who will not be named, pledged $5,000 along with her planning services. We tearfully thanked and accepted. My ex's family offered to contribute $3,000, so our request for $1,500 from all the other guests was not fucking out of the ordinary. We made it clear. If you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to our exclusive wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime party. So, we sent out RSVPs and only 8 people responded and sent us the check. We were fucking livid. How was this supposed to happen without a little help from our friends? To make matters worse, my ex's family took back their offer. Suddenly, more people backed out, including the cunt maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, my second family. I was so shocked and tearful. To make matters worse, it was only a month before the wedding. To cancel everything would have been more than $5,000. Desperately, we resent our invites and asked people to donate what they could. I mean, seriously, people, what is $1,000 really? What is $1,500? Clearly not a lot.
Girl.
It would be quite manageable and within budget. I've heard of people asking for worse. We
Nigga,
also
Trump is
set up
president.
a huh?
This nigga Trump is president. Like, we don't have money for you.
We also set up a GoFundMe that only got us $250.
That's oh wow.
At this point, we were exhausted and tired. I yelled at my ex. I became unraveled. I realized my dream wedding was becoming a nightmare. And then it got worse. My ex came into the room and offered to get a Vegas wedding. I laughed in his face, but he was dead serious. He wanted those cheap, raggedy, filthy, whore-like Vegas weddings. I mean, what the fuck? Was he out of his mind? Am I a hooch piece of fucking trash? Am I supposed to like the idea of getting married in the heart of shady gamblers, alcoholics, and the get-rich-fast fallacy? Suddenly, my body began to shake as I began a panic attack. My ex left the room and didn't apologize for his horrid suggestion. I then called my maid of honor and cried my eyes out. Instead of sympathy, I was told that I was asking for way too much and I should stick to my budget. I mean, no words could describe. How could someone who offered me thousands of fucking dollars then deny me my promised money and then tell me to shift down my budget? She knows my fucking dream was a blowout wedding. I just wanted to be a Kardashian for a day and then live my life like normal.
Oh my God.
I called her a filthy fucking poor excuse of a friend and hung up. I'm going to use that somewhere down the line. I'm not going to say when. It's going to be a surprise. Somebody's going to get the Bozak. You filthy fucking excuse of a person. It's probably going to be on a video game while I'm playing Modern Warfare.
I also want to point out, I've read this earlier because I saw this actual story. And I wanted the emphasis in that sentence where she talked about promised money. But doesn't she like capitalize the my?
Mm-hmm. My promised money.
Like my promised money. I was like, wait, what?
He then blocked me on all social media. Rumors swirled. I received anonymous threats. My ex stayed out later and later, and I have a feeling he even cheated. My bridesmaids climbed on the boat with my maid of honor and dissed me. They essentially told me I was crazy. They asked for their deposit back, so I said, fuck you. I refused to give it back until they could pay me back for their emotional distress. My ex started to talk to my maid of honor and gossip about me behind my back. I overheard him talking in the basement when he called me a stuck-up bitch. Anyways, I'm exhausted. I'm bone tired. My heart is not the same. It's stone cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to fucking donate? Friends, do I matter to you? Just fucking give me the money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat it. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye. See you in 2 months. And a friendly reminder to you cunts. Don't think you own me. I'm cutting all you snakes off. I'm living my life alone now. I only let in those I believe have good intentions. Hugs and kisses.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess, girl, go have fun. Where's she going, to Europe?
Let me scroll all the way back up. She is going to South America, backpacking in South America. Left her kid behind and everything.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to the kid because it said does the husband or not husband? Does the dude have her?
About to get custody now because that kid's getting left behind while she goes backpacking for 2 months. This is probably the person, Shanta, that we were talking about who left her kids at home with a gun and went to Germany.
Oh, what about the couple that left their kid at home and went to a rock concert?
Yep.
Man, kids get left at home a lot.
I mean, Home Alone is a real thing. You thought it was a movie?
Yep, that wasn't even on purpose.
Well,
that kid was a dick.
They did it like 2 more times.
Right.
So I feel like it might have been on purpose. But
fool me once, shame on me.
Again, it'll be okay. He's just a kid. We have to go back. But we're already in Paris. Like, come on. They wanted to leave that kid.
Aww.
Yeah, fuck him.
Call him. God, I don't need to. He's okay. Like, he's safe. He's upstairs. So there's candy in Utah that is packaged like the Blue Sky meth from Breaking Bad.
What flavor is it?
Fucking no. It's rock candy packaged with
Blue
Walter White's
raspberry.
signature Blue Sky methamphetamine.
That sounds delicious.
But yep, it definitely looks like it looks like, you know, the blue ice from the movie. I mean, from the TV show.
It's presented in a little baggie at checkout at children's eye level.
Yeah, see, I can't believe that something. I can't believe that something like that isn't someplace like Spencer Gifts or something.
Yeah. Me too.
Also, what we're missing, all right, there's a lot of decision makers that saw this and were like, yeah, this is cool. So, would you enter into a relationship with a store, like they're agreeing that you're going to be their supplier? They saw the product, and the placement that you were able to negotiate from them was at the checkout counter, at eye level for children. Like, there's so many people who should get fired for this.
Oh, it got even better when they did the explanation for it. Quote, ever want to own a street legal package of Heisenberg's Blue Sky product? Now you can with Breaking Bad Blue Sky rock candy crystals, a package of deliciously addicting blueberry flavored rock candy.
Oh my God. This is terrible. Like, hey kids, come pretend you're doing meth. Like, no.
There's another group that we're missing here that's getting like poorly treated. Think how many meth addicts have probably smoked candy and are furious that they're not high.
Sure,
like, motherfucker, rock
not.
candy again.
Oh my
Goddamn
God.
sons of bitches. It looks just like it.
Again.
God damn it. Why can't I get high?
And the guy standing next to him is smoking a candy cigarette like, I don't know, man. I don't feel shit either.
Yep, exactly. Because that's
Hey man,
exactly
is
what
Molly
this is
supposed to be
making me think
chewable?
of. Yeah.
I'm like, you're walking down the street, you see a kid with a bag of Blue Sky blueberry meth candy, and somebody runs up to him and snatches it from him. You're not supposed to chew it, man. Let me show you. Let me show you. What are you doing, Johnny? I'm doing what's right.
Surprised they don't have like glass pipe Pez dispensers right next to this.
This is what happens when you don't let black people into your state. Utah.
No one to call them with the shit. Like, hey guys, this is a bad idea. Really? Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to end
allow
well.
alcohol in the entire state, but they got blue meth rock candy. Pretend like you're just zoning out. I'm sorry. I went a little bit too far making fun of them for not letting black people into Utah.
Well, it's not that they don't let us into Utah. It's
We
just
ain't going.
Go. None of us want to go to Utah.
There's certain places
Karl
where
Malone
there's
the last man in Utah who was black.
No, he brought his brother Jeff with him.
And they killed him. No, wait. What happened to Jeff? I haven't seen Jeff in years.
I don't know what happened to Jeff Malone.
No,
Jeff
they didn't
Malone
kill him.
moved to Philly as far as I remember.
I forgot this is a podcast. I can't say that. They didn't kill him. That's a joke.
Fuck is Jeff Malone?
Dead in Utah.
Why is Jeff Malone?
Why is Jeff Malone?
It made me snort.
Was it blue rock candy meth?
No. It was just regular cocaine.
Okay. So I saw a picture a couple days ago that made me mad, and so I wanted to talk with Shante about it and you too, Jay, because I figured it'll make Shante probably mad. Probably. I mean, I know it made me mad. It was a picture of a family. It was a Christmas photo. They're sitting out amongst a whole bunch of Christmas trees, uncut, of course, uncircumcised, and it is a dad and a wife and 2 daughters and a son. And the wife and the daughters, all 3 have tape over their mouths. and they are all tied up with Christmas lights. And the son is giving a thumbs up, and the father is holding a sign that says "Peace on Earth."
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that picture. I didn't realize that they were tied up with with Christmas lights. I guess I was focused on the duct tape over the mouths and the little boy, giving the thumbs up. Like, yeah, this is awesome. Everybody, all the women are quiet, which is just like, it was a dick move. Like, it's a terrible idea. Because, like, because then you become an older child, you become an adult, you look back on that Christmas photo, and it's like, I guess if you still feel that way, like, women are supposed to be seen and not heard, it's awesome. But then it's just like, if you don't feel that way, it's just like you look back on your childhood with it, like, in a fucked up kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm looking at the look on the women's face, on the mom's face, and on the daughter's faces, and the look on their faces is some bullshit. Like,
right.
The person who's supposed to be showing me what it's like to be treated with respect and be treated with love and just absolute trust has me hogtied with tape over my mouth. Who the fuck took this picture? I feel like this was on a timer. I feel like a photographer did not take this picture.
I bet a photographer did, and I bet at this point right now they're possibly, like, they probably, at least I would say the father and the mother, they might think this shit is funny, like she looks forlorn and everything, but that was the point. Of the whole, that was their whole point. Like, this is a conscious decision to make them look the way that they look, to make the husband and the son look like they've accomplished something, and make the girls and the mother look defeated. And this is their, this is their thing, and this is their humor. And, it's great. It's great for them. It's just, it's ugly that, like, you know what this is? Some of the stuff that you do personally with your family is not necessarily meant for the internet, because it turns into stuff like this. Whether or not you feel that way or not, it turns into speculation about what your relationships are and what they're like and who you think you are and everything, when perhaps you just have a dark sense of humor. And there's lots of people who have a dark sense of humor. It's just that they're not posting that shit on the internet for people to scrutinize.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think it's just a joke that went wrong, because there are people in the picture who are cooperating with being duct taped. I don't think you can legitimately convince 3 people to get tied up, get duct taped against their will. It could be the joke is doing more damage to them not psychically, but like mentally than we know. Mm-hmm. But I think it could very well be a joke, like you said, that in the context of the public record or in the context of the internet is easily misconstrued. But in the context of, we send these Christmas cards to our family, mm-hmm. who knows us and knows the type of humor we have, who comes to our Christmases, who comes to our Thanksgivings. And this is not me like condoning this attitude towards women, by the way. I really dislike that. But again, I feel like this could be a joke taken out of context, and that there has to be a place for people to, at the very least, have jokes amongst themselves, just because there are certain types of humor where amongst their crowd, it's not really offensive, and in that context, it's not offensive. Though I feel like that's a dangerous, like, place to play.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's just, but that's why you keep. But then that's partly why it's supposed to be for you.
Right.
It's supposed to be for you. It's your joke. It's not your face. Like, it's not for Facebook.
Correct.
It's for you. And it's maybe, and like you said, if you're sending those Christmas cards out, yes, it's for the people that you fuck with, who get it and understand it. Because even then, it's still a risk. Yeah. You could have a dark sense of humor, and all your jokes have hit until you get to this. or whatever the thing is. So even then you have to be careful. But that's why you keep, it's for you. Your jokes, you laugh at the shit if you really want to. But
and I feel like the only thing I'll say is also this, like, so part of jokes is that there has to be context. And I think the danger of this is that without context, this looks like something that these are people all approving of, and it looks like they're sending this horrible message to their daughters and to their son, and like just really in out of context. And I think that's the key here is we don't have all the context. So I'm not, and I'll say this in the context of this is our sense of humor. I get what they're going for. Doesn't really make me laugh, not my thing, but I'm not like furious as much as it's just like, yeah, that's in poor taste. Like I wouldn't make that joke.
Right.
But I don't know, because like on the flip side of that, like how would I feel if they were like in blackface? So like when it's not a joke that affects me, or like I can be like cavalier about it, but if suddenly like they're in blackface and they're all like fucking swinging from a tree, then it's like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And I feel like, and that's why I think that is kind of a dangerous area, because obviously there's nuance here, but I feel like I almost may be a little too biased to really understand that, because again, misogyny doesn't really affect me. Like I'm not victimized by it per se.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, and that element is there, and then it's also the possibility that within that family, the girls, the women in the family are just a lot louder than everybody, and they just wanted them to be quiet, and it's a joke, and like it's a joke between them. It's just like, oh look, they're finally quiet, because they're loud. They're so much louder than we are. Or whatever, and so now we're happy, and that's a joke, but that's a family dynamic. That's not about women in general or girls in general. It's just that in our house, the girls are a lot louder than the boys are, and here it is. Now we get this moment to kind of, not to show look, and everything, but that still comes back to them, and that it's something that everyone in their circle might be able to understand.
I mean, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people wait forever for that one special kiss, and I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Could this be the greatest love of all?
You know what, though? For this to come up on the internet, perhaps somebody in their circle didn't like that shit, and that's why it ended up like on the internet. Like it got shared beyond their immediate circle, because somebody didn't think the shit was dope or whatever.
Also, this is just like pure blackmail. Like if you have that on somebody and they do something to you, like you drop that on the internet just to fuck with them. Like, I mean, that's a very real possibility that somebody in their circle was like, okay, and just held on to it until they did something. And they're like, guess what? Bang, this is what you get now. That's right. You can't trust people.
Or they just posted it. Or they posted it public.
Or they're just
like
dumb as shit.
Like
like,
some
hey, guys,
dumbasses.
Everyone in the world will understand what we mean here, because these particular women, these ones here, are very loud. And they'll all know that. Yeah.
I just want to point out that there was like a guy in the comments who was completely defending the joke. Like, what you need to understand is that they loud. That's the joke. Women be loud. They loud. Like all y'all loud. Either loud to say y'all are loud. And somebody came back and told him to shut the fuck up, and that was a whole situation.
I just like when, like as a man, I see someone being an idiot who is another man, typically being an idiot towards women. And then when I say like, dude, you're being an idiot, I hate that I get hit with the like, oh, you're just trying to get chose. And I'm like, well, no, I'm good.
That's not gonna get you pussy, bro.
Yeah, like it's like, no, I'm straight. I'm really just kind of telling you to quit being a dumbass. Like you being a dumbass is you being a dumbass. Like, and honestly, truthfully, you being a dumbass is really not going to get any of us pussy because you're making all men look bad right now. If you calm the fuck down, if we all calm the fuck down, quit murdering people, raping people, and maybe like listen every now and then, we could all be getting laid all the time. You know how great society would be if we just did those 3 small things? What? Oh, we'd be getting laid like every other day. Like just randomly, like, oh my God, I haven't been raped or murdered or fucking or even just fucking talked over in like ever. I'm just gonna have sex with you, and that would just be life. Okay, maybe not that last part, but
it's like the bar is in the basement.
But if you did those 3 things, I guarantee your life would be better.
What
for every
world needs now?
It's just love. Less murder, less rape, more listening.
Sweet love. Yeah, those other things too, what you just said.
I mean, it's not as catchy as Love, Sweet Love, but it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, totally. Love, sweet love.
Yeah, you can't fit in. What the world needs now is less murder, also less rapists, also more listening.
Abort.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't work. I feel like that's just a little too much.
So, 2 things. One, last week, I think maybe it was last week or maybe the week before. Probably the week before, because last week was a lot of fun stuff. The week before last, I spent a long time yelling out "fuck the church" and "fuck Catholic priests," "fuck Pennsylvania," "fuck Bad Boy" as a staff record label and as a motherfucking crew. Well, since saying "fuck the Catholic Church," I ran into a video on YouTube of a receiving home in Italy. It was a receiving home for deaf-mute children. And the children there were assaulted by the priests who were overseeing them because they couldn't call for help. I just want to say again that as a Christian, fuck the church. I think I'm done. I really do. I'm like really trying to find something to hang on to, and it's just like, it's like when you tell your kids to go get you something, they keep bringing you back something else, something worse and worse every time. And now we're like, this is the 17th time that I've asked them to bring me something good, something that I can hang on to, and they're just bringing me back like a piece of scratch paper with "fuck you" written on it in calligraphy. So I think I'm good. I don't think I'm going to go back to church anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I still believe. I just don't know if I believe in the other people who are in those places.
Yep, I understand where you're coming from. Today was Aretha Franklin's funeral, and it was live streamed, and it lasted for a long time. I think it was like over 6 or 7 hours long.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, it was a long time, and I watched that funeral, and it was great as far as like seeing her friends and her family talk about how awesome she was, and all the different gospel singers and everything. It was just really nice. And then it got to Jasper Williams. I guess he's a pastor. I don't know where. And Jasper Williams went full, like, niggas need to stop killing each other. You know, Black lives aren't going to matter if we don't respect ourselves. He then went on a whole kind of spiel on, like, Black men not being in the home, you know, and how Black women can't raise sons, even though, and, you know, he's saying this over Aretha Franklin's body. She was a single mother, you know, and then what else did he say? He just, and then he went, like, got homophobic and was saying how, you know, gay people need to respect straight people, and then was talking, like, you know, goofy political shit, saying that the Democrats need to respect the Republicans, and just, you know, a whole mess. And after, you know, and this is like after hours of, like, really good, you know, church singing, like gospel, like really like that when you go to church and you feeling like you're getting, like, you know, something poured back into you that's just great. And he just let all that shit out, you know, and you have people, you know, constantly saying, like, this is why I don't go to church. This is why. This is why. This is why. This is why I don't go to church. This is why I don't want to go. So I get it.
Yeah, I 100% get it. I feel like it's a level of hypocrisy and exclusiveness and judgmentalness and like that I just never have. Like, even when I was in it, it felt alienating, and when I left it, it actually felt fearing.
Yeah. Unlike the gym, I don't miss church.
What, getting all my goddamn time back? And not having to sit there and listen to somebody yell at me about how terrible I am? Yeah. You can immediately start not missing church after you miss one day. You'd be like, oh my God, this is fucking great. I woke up when I fucking wanted to. Nobody had to get dressed and fed and shoved into the car. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to listen to be like this. The music was nice, but I got a CD player right here. I can play all the fucking gospel I want to today.
Yep,
by incredible singers.
Shirley Caesar got albums. Marvin Sapp has albums.
I was gonna say by incredible singers who I would be honored to have in my house. Well, guess what? It will sound as if they are with the joy of your CD player, or even gasp Spotify.
Snoop Dogg made a gospel album.
And I'll do you one better. If you ever are just feeling like, yo, I need a little bit of preaching, I'm pretty sure your church has a live stream. So just roll over, pop open that Facebook live stream, get your little preaching in, and then roll back over, have some waffles. I assume you keep waffles in bed with you like a normal person, right?
Everyone does.
Why would you not?
Exactly. It just, I don't know. That just, it floored me.
Yeah.
And then it floored me also to hear how they were explaining away stuff that the Catholic diocese is saying, stuff like it's not rape if you weren't penetrated. Just horrible stuff. Like, they said that 1,000 children were raped, but some of them weren't even penetrated. It was just oral. And it's like, how is that any sort of a explanation?
Well, one thing that's unfortunate really is that this is a system and a culture that has probably been saying these things to themselves and to each other. And now we're getting whatever kind of fucked up justifications that they can come up with. Somebody has probably said this, that it's not that bad. You know, or if you're going to do this, don't do that, but this is okay. Because there's no way that something like this can function without encouragement or consent from other people. And so we're getting that from the, for this person to say what he's saying, it probably means that something like that has been said to other people behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also say, remember that, the church is incredibly old. This is probably something that's been ongoing and rampant within it for centuries. So this is not something that is new. It's something that's been passed down, and this is almost a tradition. So for them, knowing that this exists, as people who have grown up in the church and attained to ranks, they probably have seen instances, and they just know this is the way that things are. And to an outsider, it's horrifying. To them, it's just a matter of business, and that's the way things always have been. I think it's disturbing that that's what things have become, but that's what things have become.
Also, how things have become. A 14-year-old boy in Luther, Oklahoma stabbed a girl at his high school after she rejected his romantic advances. Police said the teen stabbed a 14-year-old girl up to 11 times inside the school's auditorium while the school gathered for an assembly during the first day of school. The police chief said he has filed charges of assault and battery with a sharp or dangerous weapon with intent to injure. The boy and the victim were reportedly friends, and he tried to start a relationship with her. The boy allegedly tried to leave letters in her locker telling her about his feelings, but she just wanted to be friends. She said that she liked him as a friend, not anything more, and that they remained friends, the chief said. The girl told police she noticed the boy on the other side of the auditorium, and then suddenly he moved into a seat behind her. She had no idea that he was holding any type of ill will towards her, so she was totally shocked that he would do this to her, he said. The girl was taken by helicopter to the OU Medical Center and is expected to recover. In the wake of the stabbing, the police chief said he was struck by the boy's nonchalant attitude about his actions. No remorse whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not surprised about that. See, this kind of stuff is wild because when it happens, people are very surprised. Or surprised by the behavior. But it's like there's so much stuff that we put out there that bakes this kind of stuff in that it's just like, well, it seems like it's a matter of time before somebody, feels rejected for a boy to feel rejected by a girl, for a man to be rejected by a woman, and to lash out. Because it's like, that's what we teach boys to do. It's like, if you lose, it's not gracious. It's not a learning experience. It's the worst thing in the world. You should have won. And now you have to, it's valid for you to punch a wall. It's valid for you to express that feeling through violence. And not only through violence, but you can be violent on another person.
I think it's as a culture, we don't really allow men to express actual emotions. So as a culture, men tend to be, I guess they tend to be encouraged to, being angry, being violent, physical, like you kind of get pushed towards that. But if you want to talk to someone about how you actually feel, if you want to actually even just have like, here are my emotions, they could be angry emotions, they could be passive emotions. I think it's, as a society, we're not comfortable with that. Like with men just being vulnerable. Men themselves aren't comfortable with it. And I think to an extent, like there are women who aren't comfortable with it, or even people who are in relationships with those men who are not comfortable with it. And I think that's just because it's a societal thing. Like even in relationships that I've had with women, I'm pretty expressive, I think, of my emotions, but I'm hesitant to express my emotions. And there are times when I have, and the other person was like, well, I don't know how to deal with this. Mm-hmm. Because it was just like, well, I'm not comfortable hearing like these types of emotions from somebody who's a man. And like, that is really just kind of an encouragement for you, if you're a man, to never express those emotions then, right? Because if you're in a relationship with someone, this is the person like, hey, I trust you. I'm going to do a trust fall. You trust fall back, and they like, whoa, I've never tried to catch anyone that heavy before, and they just let you hit the floor. Well, then I'm not going to trust fall with you anymore. And I think that's what's happening in society is where, and this is not me trying to blame anybody. I think as a whole, we need to be more comfortable with expressing our emotions. I think there's an interesting like expectation for women to be emotional. So when women break down and when they cry, we just immediately want to comfort them because there's this expectation that they should do that. Like, oh, you're fragile. You need to coddle you until you stop crying. It's a weird expectation. It's kind of a infantilization, of women. But because that exists in society, women do get to express a bit more emotion, though not all. Like if you are angry, we don't want to hear that shit. but like and men, however, are forced to express these other emotions, and that's why, as we can see, 95% of murders are done by men. When you hear about mass murderers, it's rarely a woman who goes on a mass murdering spree, though it does happen. I think it is again because societally we've created these structures and stereotypes for both what we think is pleasing in a man and in a woman, and in those stereotypes of both genders, what we have done is set ourselves on a course for ruination. And I realize that sounded really prophetic, but I don't mean it to be. It's just we are harming ourselves by trying to force ourselves into a gender instead of just fucking being humans. Mm-hmm. And until we stop doing that, we'll always have issues. Okay, everyone got quiet.
I was just saying how long it would go. Like,
okay, that having been said,
I
have to go.
Yeah, I was going to close out. Go ahead and do your shout outs.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Shanta and also you for having me on the show. I'm always happy to be on the show. It's like one of my favorite ones to be on. Shout out to Andrew Gillum, who is taking a run at becoming the first black governor of Florida. He's about to monkey it up.
Monkeyed up the whole program.
Shout out to Stacey Adams, who is trying to take a run at being the first black female governor, or I guess black woman governor ever.
In Florida, right?
No, she's in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in Atlanta.
And I will also give shout outs to everyone who's listening. If you are not already planning to, get out and vote. And at this point, I don't even care if you are voting Republican or Democrat. Just go out and vote. I think, intriguingly enough, I think if everyone goes out and votes, I think what we'll find is that what we have right now is a minority party president. And while we don't want to admit it, conservatives are the minority. So even if you all come out and vote, as long as everyone else comes out and votes, you guys are screwed. Haha. But having said that, still get out and make your voice heard, and go vote. I think it's a right that you have as a citizen of this country, and you should exercise it. And I think right now, no matter who you are, I think you probably have some opinions about your leadership. So go express them.
I just want everybody in Minnesota to make sure that they go vote. It is very important to me that y'all all go and make sure that you vote. So then the dude who wants to be your house nigger does not make it.
House nigger 2019.
Or you know what would be great is if he got elected and then he completely flipped it on him. And he was like, booyah, niggas, with an A, not an ER. Y'all can't call me shit. I'm in here. Here's the changes.
I think he's going to let them call him nigger.
Me too.
Do like Romany Malco on 40-year-old version. Like, oh, you want a nigga? Well, nigga's here now. Now the nigga's here. Like, that's just him kicking open the door to what I assume is Congress. The nigga's here now.
Wow. Niggas in Congress.
Ball so hard, motherfuckers can't veto me.
Oh, my God.
Legislate so hard, motherfuckers can't veto me. I can get a legislate in there. Sorry, all right, I do got to go.
Go for it. Shout outs?
Oh, Yeah, well, shout out to everybody who listens to the show and shares the show, and everybody in the single simulcast support group, and everybody on the Patreon.
Right. The support group has gotten really big. Like, I'm surprised how large it's gotten, and that's awesome to me.
Yeah.
And
simulcast is about a lot of things. This
yeah, it is. Also,
that's me.
It really encourages me. How many people are like just interacting with one another and just enjoying the stories and the weird shit that gets posted up over there. We got some new reviews. 5 stars from the We Did That Shit podcast. This show doesn't disappoint. Take a listen, you won't regret it. Loving the hosts and topics, very informative and relatable. Keep up with the great work and keep the episodes coming. 5 stars.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that's dope. Appreciate you. But yeah, just be aware that there's always somebody who needs your help. Don't take advantage of them. Don't take advantage of the situation. Just be of service. Even if you're not sure if you're supposed to be of service, just step out there on faith, because they're usually not going to come to you. People who need help are usually the last ones to say that they need help. This single simulcast episode 315. We thank y'all so much for checking us out. We greatly appreciate it. And have a wonderful evening. Peace.
This is Single Simulcast. Don't know by now that you slip.